Hi everyone, you're watching Jana FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week for main pairs, which based on my own strategies, we will look at important levels and possible entry points. And of course we will have a look at what happened this week, and it was a really good week for trading. I have made 400 plus pips again, and you can see a little bit of the result of my week of trading. And now let's see what happened and what to pay attention on this coming week. And we are starting with euro dollar as usual. So this is our week. Let's see what happened here. And as previous week, what I was telling you, I will not trade. I will just wait until a little bit mess will finish. I told you that there will be fight because we are at really close to important area, and I was expecting from this movement here, okay, moving either to this area, okay, or go back to that level and consolidation. So for those of you, right, who was trying to just buy from here and sitting and floating now waiting for euro to continue up, obviously you could have looked at the other pairs and see there were some really good opportunities to go for trades. This is exactly what I did this week. And so I left euro dollar for some more consolidations. You can see euro dollar moved up and it was just sitting in this area for the rest of the week. So obviously not choosing any directions for the next movement. So in here you can see I could draw a little bit of the level. So I tried to put it into the uptrend channel, of course, and I have this level here, a little bit more levels around here, and so for this coming week I will be waiting for a possible continuation of a little bit of consolidation around here, and afterwards a possibility of placing the orders buy, pending order buy, and pending order sell from that level. If it will go around between the levels. So that's pretty much it. That's what I will be waiting for. So with this level, of course, depends where the market from here will move. I might a little bit have a correction of that level because right now I'm just using the wings exactly of the candles, and as you can see, but I can adjust. It depends where it will have a little bit of, maybe it will just go a little bit and then it will stop and start to consolidate here, maybe come down a little bit. So at this moment I'm just going to leave it as it is and to see what's going to happen next. Of course, do not forget about the news, right? Economical, financial, political, just check the calendar. There will be quite a lot of news again, especially for dollar this week, so pay attention to all of it and see. So that's pretty much it with euro dollar. Nothing much was for me this week. So pound dollar, we are looking at, this is the bigger picture. Let's just go on the small one. I'll tell you a little bit about the trades I did on pound dollar, which, like I told you, it was given much more better opportunities than euro. And so here we go. We were staying here where I told you that I would wait for it to come to this level, consolidate, right? And so, or go back. So that exactly it went up, started to sit a little bit on Monday, consolidating, went down a little bit, went up, so I could draw this little level. So that was my level for placing the pending order sell, and obviously that level, the previous one, quite strong for placing the pending orders buy. And that's exactly what happened. A good movement, and a pound dollar went really up, so I closed my trades right at this level. I didn't expect it to break it like this, didn't want to, of course it was one of the expectation possibilities, but I just decided to close here and just wait for next consolidation. So you see there was a huge consolidation again during the week. There was possible maybe to look at the smaller ones, but I didn't go for it because obviously a lot of things going on. That's why I'm telling you I prefer right now to look at the bigger chart. So 30 minutes 1 hour chart. So that's why I decided just to wait for a little bit more consolidation. Then it started to give me a really nice little channel up here, and this is where I took my next trade. Okay, so placing the pending order buy and pending order sell, which you can see it moved down where it was stopped by this level, and so I got here about 10 pips, and it was closed and turned around and jumped back inside the same area. So now you can see I'm giving you this more details. You can see how that level protected from continuation of the possible holding the positions, right? But anyway, if you're still doing with the 10 pips, like I'm telling you, like first 10 pips and then close it and keep the rest of it running, so you would have come out with profit anyway. So, but when you have this level, so that's why I usually would like just wait to get to there, close half positions, and then place in the stop in a safe position, then to see where it's going next. And you see as it turns around, so it gets you out with at least zero. So these half positions you closed, you have some profit. So that's how pretty much I'm keep telling you all the time with the way of my way of trading. So of course now I will be waiting for a little bit more of consolidation. Hopefully with the opening of the market it ain't going to be sharp jumps, ups and downs or anything. So of course, this is quite also, once again, a quite wide channel now as we have it. Maybe it will do some, a little bit more consolidation close to that level. And so let's take the maximum right here. We have at least 30 something pips. So then maybe if it will have some small movements here, I would be able to place my pending order sell. And of course, don't forget to protect yourself at one level and possibly go into the next, and who knows, continue. And of course, using this level for placing pending orders buy. And of course, looking at, depends where it is. We do have, for example, like this little top, which is about 30 something pips, also is quite enough if it will have only a false breakout or just a jump, and would try to turn around. So that's what I'm trying to say. This is a small area to look at first, okay? If it will just go, like I'm saying to you, will go here, maybe a small, once again, like it was previously, also a possibility. But if it will jump here, then maybe it will just start to consolidate between these two levels, right? So I will not ignore that. So it could be something like this. Of course, it can jump above this level and do some consolidation on top of it. But the area we start to work with first here. And now quick on a bigger chart. So you would see, let's do daily one, it would be a bit more a view that we are slightly broke that level, right? So it might could possibly be a double top. So of course, if it will go up, then this would have to be moved to the double top position, right? So I'm not doing it right now because at this moment it might be a bit of a triangle too. So one top, you can see there's another bottom, another top, so it might go all the way down once again here, and maybe it'll create something else. Of course, at the same time, it might end up like a little flag or anything, except it's a little bit too wide, so more towards a little bit of the triangle. But right now we are starting from here, okay? So just saying, so if it will actually reach the top, then possibly, of course, the first thing would be a possibility turning around, but at the same time using that and possible continue the way up. So that's pretty much it. I'm saying once again, doesn't matter where it will go, we have the first area to look at and place in our order. So here you go, guys. You see, you're not sitting and waiting for euro to continue up and sitting with floating 60 pips, okay, profit. You already can make with other pairs, like 400 pips already made it, instead of sitting and waiting with floating euro, dollar, waiting for it to go up. Yes, it might go up, but before it will go up, it's a lot of possibilities to make smaller trades and instead of losing on swaps, for example. So that's what I prefer more, because with this broker I have quite big swaps, which I don't like. So that's I'm not sure if I might change this broker. That's why, guys, I don't want to recommend it. Anyone, when you ask me which one, just go into Jan FX and check. I have 5 brokers. One of them I'm using right now, and they all have a little bit of stricted rules. So, but according to my some of the friends who recommended them, they're quite good, as a little bit more safe, let's say it that way, compared to what happened to my previous broker. Okay, so I'm showing you Australian dollar now, which also you see it was just sitting in the area. I had some news for Australian dollar, so it was a night trade. I placed. Right now I don't have my expert yet. I hope that there will be a possibility to use my expert again if the programmer will give it to me sometime. I just placed orders for the night, having a 10 pips trailing stop. And so you see, had as usual 20 pips in, 10 pips trailing stop, so it got me out on this one. So I had one trade on this one 10 pips, and it took me into the other one. So obviously it was through the night. I was sleeping. When I woke up, I had 2 trades, and the sell was slightly bigger, because you can see it's a really sharp, nice movement. So it took me in, and by the trailing stop 10, I got out for probably about 20-30 pips on that movement down. So, and then during the week, it was sitting underneath this area where it's created a little bit of head and shoulders, where I had another order buy, and had the 10 pips, a small profit, 10 pips. I closed it because of, again, Friday, and didn't want to go to the anywhere on next week. So what I'm expecting here, obviously, you see it started to turn around. I would wait for it to possibly come back in this area. That would be much better for me. It would go in, have a little bit of consolidation, and I can use this order once again to place pending order buy, and use that level, place the pending order sell. So that would be a perfect if it will go in here. If not, once again, then I would wait for this to go back down here, maybe another consolidation just like it was here. I would draw that a little bit further, and wait for consolidation, and again a possibility of placing pending orders buy and go back again to this area, or and placing pending orders sell. Of course, do not forget about this. Maybe it could be stopped. It's probably would be enough again for at least 10 pips closing profit. So yeah, you see it's 30 pips roughly to that, and of course with possibility to continue to the next level. And of course, if it will go up and go to this area. So now we're looking at the bigger picture. So you can see we're walking around here first, and our bigger picture is we were expecting a possible double bottom. Now it's more looking at possibility of triangle. So I'm still now in a little bit of looking as a triangle. It might still go up while I'm talking from that little area if we will go and try to get some profit on this way. Of course, it can turn around here, as also still might be head and shoulders on the smaller picture, and as another finishing, well, a little bit of the top stopped by this level as a triangle and turning around, going back down here, giving us another bottom, or at that point it's already could be a possible breaking point. So you never know, it might continue the way down. Like I'm saying, it will depend on what kind of news we're going to have. And of course, at the same time, it can break here and go to the next area. But a lot of before it is a little bit of better opportunities at this moment with all of these smaller areas, and a little bit better levels. The way they lay right now is a little bit more opportunities. So dollar yen, well, here we go. I moved. We had first, remember, we had a possible head and shoulders. This was one shoulder and then possibly another shoulder. And as you can see, it didn't work out as head and shoulders at that point. That's why I'm saying some people seen when there is another shoulder started to create, they started to sell straight away thinking there will be shoulder. But you see, like here, it's ended up not a shoulder. It's just continued as a bit of consolidation once again. So I was waiting, and I could draw a little bit of this level. So it kind of looks like not, well, kind of a little bit triangle, but not exactly, more like a pennant. And so I had my pending orders from this level 20 pips up and 20 pips down, and they were not triggered. Okay, so I had it from Wednesday, and I had, you see, this come out and this come out, but my 20 pips, they were protecting me, so that's why I didn't get into the trades. And I will be with the opening of the market on Monday. Well, Sunday, Monday, who depends where you are. For all of you, will be different, right? If it's not going to have any sharp movements or anything, so I'm going to keep my pending orders sell and pending orders buy, and see if it will continue its way. What I don't really like is that it might just turn into a channel, a little bit wide, but still a possibility of placing orders. As you can see, if it will be like a channel, it's about 20 pips. I mean, it's not too wide, but still kind of a little bit. But from here, we have enough space. We have like 60 pips to go down, and obviously pretty much about the same, and even a little bit more going up. You see, it's, well, even more. So if I just like squeeze it a little bit, you can see it's pretty much on in the middle. Yeah, you see it didn't go anywhere, so it started to consolidate in the middle. So I can see a possibility of a good move, either one or another direction. So that's what I'm saying. I will be looking at it. So that's pretty much with dollar yen, no trades, but hopefully this week. So now dollar Canadian, well, here we go. Who doesn't like my golden fish? Well, it's your fault. Okay, I like my fish and diamond. So here we go, as expected, as a fish pattern here. That's how I worked out, just exactly how I was telling you, the scenario and how to work around it. As you can see, here we had a bit of consolidation, right? Went up again, touched it, and it's also inside this big pattern. It also looked like a triangle, right? So you can see you have top one, bottom one, top two, bottom two, slightly touched on a smaller chart. You'll see it touching it. So, and then third, a possibility of breakout. So here we go. That's how it all works. Let's go on a smaller chart. Now you can see this is where I went in. We had one level here and another level, so it's pretty much showing a possible breaking point, which exactly happened, right? Just as I was telling you that, of course, for the best it would be if it will go right at the end of the body of the fish, which pretty much here it did and started to have a better and good breakout here, but as I told you, that possibly quite often it will break somewhere a little bit earlier, and that's exactly, so this is my trade, one trade once, and then breakout, trade another one with usual 10 pips, remember, and then we turned around, which is a possible pullback as expectation. That's why I didn't do anything. I have these levels, I was just waiting. I didn't place my buy orders because too close. I didn't know if it will be stopped by this, so it will go back inside more, but then it started to have a small consolidation, so I used this level once again for a sell, right? So I had another sell once again down here, protect myself, keep the trade, go down, and pretty much get to the level where I actually closed, okay, by Friday. So that's how it works. I don't see, I don't know, some people asking me, would you teach, what else to teach here? I don't know. I'm giving you all the details. I don't know, is anybody else giving you all these details for free? I don't think so. Well, here I am giving it to you. All the secrets. Okay, guys, so just use it. So but it's up to you. Like, that's how I use it. As you can see, I have been using it through the years, showing it to you. You can see. Okay, I'm trying to make it a little bit faster again. And here, once again, we are near to important level, right? We've been here before, so of course now I would expect once again a possible consolidation. Of course, this time it might just smash it and break it. Depends what we're going to have there. Next week there will be news for American dollar, right? Don't forget it's dollar CAD, so Canadian news also, and of course, so it's a really big pattern, and now just go on a daily chart, probably do better view. So here you see this is the proper view of the pattern. See how perfectly it's worked out. So you would of course expect to continue the way down as a pattern, right? And now it's like a channel, downtrend channel, right? And here, so of course, like I'm saying, in here I would have expected a bit of consolidation and then trying to break this level once again. Of course, I wouldn't expect it to have a very sharp, unless there is something really incredible will happen with the news. So possible, of course, once again, it might touch it and it might go and turn around and start to have a bit of the correction, a flag way, anything once again. So it might still sit around this level for a while, who knows, but this is the main picture, right? So we're expecting at this point a possible continuation in this channel, well, at least between these two levels, right? It might still get something like this, and then we'll be trying to break up or break down, who knows, right? We don't care much, but main picture we do know, okay? But starting with this area, so wait for some consolidation. Like I'm saying, yes, it might go back, might have a bit of correction or anything else. So if it will not give anything around this area, maybe a little bit below, maybe a little bit up, maybe in the middle, then of course, see, if it will go back, then somewhere in the middle we'll wait again for something else, right? So now it's between all of these areas, right, here and here. And if it will break and go down, or will give some consolidation or anything, and then we can go for trade, and then it will be next stop somewhere in the middle once again, right? Any consolidation or correction, wait in this area. So that's pretty much it, guys. So that's what I will be doing for the next week. Euro pound also, I had a trade, and once again, what did I tell you? I will wait for consolidation between these two levels, and we'll have our perfect channel. If previous week it started to consolidate and on Monday it's already broke and started to go up, not as good. Well, here on Monday it's consolidated inside and go in Tuesday, and in perfect timing it started to break out. So of course I could not not to go into this trade, especially you saw what was happening on the pound. That's why I'm saying some of you might just watch per pair, but watch the whole video with the other pairs, because you also can do the same. You look what's happening with euro pound. I told you, you look what's happening on euro dollar and pound dollar. You saw euro dollar was pretty much flat, but pound was dollar against dollar going a lot up, isn't it? So of course you would expect, if euro is slightly soft and slightly not doing anything but pound doing, so then go into this pairs like euro pound and go for it. So it's pretty much, as you can see, that's what happened, right? A good move, and then as the other pairs started to have a bit of consolidation and sitting around, it's also euro pound. So pound calmed down a little bit, and euro pound also started to calm down. Of course, first my thought was, as after this big drop, it will have consolidation, maybe correction, and it'll continue its the way down. And you see that little one started to consolidate, so I had a little level here and placed my orders sell. I didn't place the pending orders buy, just play pending orders sell. And you see it went up, and then it went down again and started to have a little bit of consolidation. So I could draw this bottom level, which is right now here, using the previous bottom, which I told you, look out for the other bottoms. Well, at this moment it's consolidated a little bit higher, which obviously also possibly you could have a look at the back and see we had here level, we had some more of the stops around this area, right? So it was previously here, that's why it's pretty much kind of stopped and started to sit in a bit of consolidation around here. And after that, of course, this week it might turn around and try to go back in, or it of course might continue the way down. So as I can't see any possibilities of placing orders for pending orders to buy, for me, as you can see, there is nothing here. It's very messy, that's what I call, right? Well, maybe you could have tried something like this, but it didn't look like, well, maybe pennant, but very, very sharp, not very nice. That's why I didn't like the placing pending orders buy, only had pending orders sell. So you see now it's a small consolidation here. We have really good distance to this level and really good distance to the bottom I showed you. So I would wait for some consolidation around this area. Nicer one, smaller, not this huge movements. And of course, if it will do so, then I will use that placing pending orders buy and pending orders sell. But once again, depends, there will be news, and for euro pound, we'll see. Hopefully it's not just going to have again sharp movements. If it will do sharp movements, once again go back in this area and see again if it will consolidate behind it, above it, once again something like that. And if it will go down, then draw that level down back to with the other bottom and see if there will be any consolidations for a possible placing the orders both directions. Okay, so and by looking at the bigger picture, so what it could be, let's just go on the weekly one. If you see we're here, that little level showing that it could possibly continue in here and be like, remember before I was thinking that maybe it will be like a pennant, right? This little pennant, but now you see it might be end up as a channel. Okay, so it might go like this, but it's I'm showing you very wide right now, but remember we have Brexit news soon. Of course it might be delayed, and if it will be delayed, then maybe it will still continue sitting in that channel. But if it's not going to be delayed, then probably a big move is going to happen, okay, with euro pound too, because we have to be really careful. We are still in February yet, not in March. Then we go be closer to in March, middle of March, right? Like in some time they will be hopefully giving us a little bit more news about it, what to do, because if it's going to be hard Brexit, you never know, might fall, pound might fall quite a lot with a big gap, so you never know, you have to be really careful. But this moment it's not just yet, I would think. Okay, gold, wonderful gold. Like I was also telling you, I'm quite a lot of attention, you probably noticed, of trading gold, as it gives really good opportunities at this point. It's very dangerous pair to trade, but now I can see a good entry points. Okay, so let's just see again what happened. Really lots of trades for me was with gold this week too. I had that movement, remember. Let's go, well, it's 1 hour chart. Well, okay, let's just leave it on 1 hour chart, it's a bit better picture. So I told you that from here I would wait for it to go in this area. No, let's just go bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. Remember I was telling you about double top, right? I was telling you when we were in here, a possibility, one of the movements, is to go and give us a top. So you see it went up, and that's where I was waiting for for consolidation. Once again, like I'm saying to you, some people would wait for it. Okay, oh yes, it's a top, I'm going to sell from here, and I started to sell. Of course, stop would be somewhere around there, and I would be in minus right now. That's why I don't like this way of trading, but it's possible to. It's not always doing something like that. It's quite often it would be a double top, like that little movement could make some money on it. I don't like it this way. You see, that's why I like to wait a little bit of consolidation. It went in. I started to sit between these two levels. So I could create these levels because it stopped here. And we had two wings around here, right, from the previous movement. So that's why I draw this level. And on Tuesday, well, obviously it didn't give me a good channel in here on Monday, but remember Monday was a holiday in the US, and Tuesday was why we had so much movement, because Tuesday America opened again, right? And that's why, of course, I was expecting a huge movements on Tuesday, and that's what happened with gold. So that's why I had this level from the top. I placed pending orders buy, and had this little level which gave me this tops of the wings and that little bit of movement down, and then this candle here. I placed the pending order sell just in case. I thought, well, okay, it might not break, might just turn around and then go down, who knows, right? And here we go once again, placing the orders both directions, this beautiful movement all the way up. And where did it go? Once again, let's look on the bigger chart. I gave you that level previously, right? Here we go, look at this level. And what did I tell you previous week? That it will, I see possibility. Of course, I want to try to catch it on the way down, but as we had quite through the years, a lot of movements were between this level, right, and this, let's say, that big channel between these two red levels, roughly, right, roughly. So, and here previously we didn't reach it. We stopped by that level, and here is the another looking like a bit of a triangle-ish level, where I told you that I can see expectation of going there. And here it's a little bit not as correct. You see it's a weekly. On the daily chart you can see, well, it kind of is. We did reached it, and in here a little wing, right? So that's what I was telling you. I was expecting pretty much the same as we did here. A lot of standing in here and then moving up and down, up and down, up and down, and then it's broke, right? And so that's my expectation is also here, as we didn't break it. So maybe we will do the same in a bit lower and narrow range in here. So, but this level, of course, we might still continue the way up, but right now in the smaller area is just a possibility of trading this week. So you see, we reached exactly that level. It's broke a little bit, but then it started to consolidate. So that's I could draw this level here underneath, and then it started to have a bit of consolidation. I could draw another level and place my orders. Well, here we had also news on Wednesday, so I had my news system for gold. I didn't trade any other pairs on this news event, only for gold. I had my pending orders buy from that area, and slightly a little bit on the, if you go on the 5-minute chart, you will find a small sell from here, because obviously I was expecting to turn around here and give me some correction, right? So this is exactly what happened. So I had my trading here going down, then it was stopped, was started to consolidate. I didn't even draw it low because obviously it was a little bit of here, and it started to sit around here. I placed my orders slightly lower, and then again, once again, we went down, went up, it got me out with small profit. Then it started to turn around. I went into the trade once again, okay, because I am trying to catch it on the way down now, of course, from that. Just like I said to you, when the pairs are going into those big channels, or like these big triangles, you're expecting it going up and down, and this is like really good opportunities to go for this type of trade, because you pretty much kind of know 90% that is what is it going to do. So here we go, and we went down once again to our area where it started to have a small consolidation around here, but I decided not to go with gold on Friday. So I decided just to leave it and to see what's going to happen next. So, and here you see it broke a little bit and stopped in here. It's not from anywhere, it's just stopped pretty much in the middle. That's why I draw this level. So for this coming week, I will be waiting for that, possibly going back inside in this area, right? And then I'll use this as placing orders buy and sell, pending, or going back into this area and maybe giving me something around here, because it's pretty much in the middle between this area and that area. That's pretty much it. So I'll just wait for it either go here, go in here, or if it will be too sharp, then going up here. But I'm pretty much sure it will do some consolidations and a little bit of slowing downs. So here we go. You see, it's pretty much it. And of course, if it will go up here, I would wait for once again some consolidation, and once again it might continue all the way to the next level, right? And then consolidation here. And if it will go down, obviously from here down to here, it might consolidate, it might smash it, who knows, maybe it will sit again into a wide range like it was here, and then it would be possible once again to place, like draw some levels inside this big white channel. So, but the first we are looking, I would be looking at in this area. That's pretty much with gold. Now going pound yen, and pound yen also for those of you who would look for trading. So we had again, right, with pound, as the pound moved, pound dollar, and the same we had levels. So you see from here it moved into this area, which I was telling you about previous week, and here you could place your pending order buy, and it was stopped again by the previous level, started some consolidation here. Of course you could here go for some orders, placing orders here, small trade, and now it's get in, so I would probably use the same levels once again if it will do a little bit of consolidation, placing orders, pending orders buy and pending orders sell. And now we will go on a bigger picture and to see I a little bit moved the levels like the channel. They don't really need it to be, because if from here it will move down, you still have this level where it could be stopped. But of course at the same time, if it will go up, it might some consolidation here, and then of course if you will be somewhere in here placing orders buy and sell, and of course when it will go down, then it could be stopped around here somewhere. So that's why you could possibly use this level to see if it will stop a little bit higher. Okay, so then you use them. Well, of course we draw it, we use them 3 points, 1, 2 and 3, right? And that's how you know this is your trend channel up. So that's pretty much it. That's how I see this coming week. And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, happy trading, and I see you and talk to you next week. Bye everyone.